Hey guys, welcome to Pepcoding. In today's lecture, we are going to solve this problem, basic calculator. Okay. So, given a string representing an expression, implement a basic calculator to evaluate it. Okay. So let's see what kind of constraints are there. Okay. So my string's length will not be equal to 0. It will be equal to something, and its range is this. Okay. So and string contains only plus value, that means plus sign, minus sign, and some parentheses also, and yeah, empty spaces also. Okay, so there is no multiplication or division in this, so there is only plus and minus. Okay, and you can see sample input like this. Okay, so let's first see that how and what we are going to do in this question. Okay, so in the basic thing, what we have to do, what we can do or something, we can initialize a sum with equals to 0. Okay, we can initialize a sum with equal to. How can we do this question? Now we are not talking about the actual approach of this question. We are just figuring out the what will be the basic idea for this question, to do this question. Okay, so what can I do now? Okay, so initially when I am seeing 2, okay, so I will be, this is a string. Okay, this will be a, okay, wait, I am writing it in a better way. 2 plus 3 and minus 1, let's say this is my string. Fine. And yes, and now I am initializing a sum with equals to 0. Finally, initially I will be initializing an integer sum with equals to 0. Okay, so what I will be doing here, I will be iterating in this string. Okay, from the very start. Okay, so when I am getting a digit in this string, okay, I will be iterating from the start to the last. Okay, so when I am getting any integer in this, any digit in this, so what I am going to do, I am just going to update my sum to, let's say I'm going to increase my sum to whatever the number is. I'm going to add this with this. Okay, so now my sum is equals to 2. Okay, so now I'm doing what? Okay, after this, what I am going to do, here I'm getting plus. Okay, after this I'm getting 3, so I'm going to update my sum with 3. I'm going to add my sum with 3, that will be equal to 5. Okay, so after this I'm getting minus, that means minus and 1. Then I'm going to what, I'm just going to subtract it. Okay, so I'll be getting 4 here. Fine. So this is the basic idea that how we will be going to solve this. Fine. Plus one more thing, that what if we get string like this. See, what if we get string like this, like s equals to 2 plus minus 1 plus 3. Okay, so the answer of this will be of, absolutely, we all know about this. The answer of this will be plus minus minus. So 2 minus 1 equals to 1, 1 plus 3 equals to 4. Okay, so the answer will be 4. So let's see how we are going to do this. Okay, fine. So how we'll be doing this, we'll be taking sum equals to 0. Okay, and a sign variable also. Initially it will be equals to 1. Okay, fine. So what I'm going to do here now, so initially now I'll be iterating from the very start, and whenever I am seeing 2, so I'm going to update my sum to what, sum equals to 2 now. Okay, sum now equals to 2, and sign will be 1. My sign will be always will equal to 1. Okay, so after this, what I am going to do now, I am seeing plus, so I'm not going to do anything. Okay, so now I am going to see minus here. Okay, so what I am going to do now here, I'm going to update my sign with minus 1. Okay, now I will be just going to, if I see minus sign, then I am going to just multiply my sign with minus 1. Okay, so yes, now my sign equals to minus 1, and now I am seeing after this I am getting a 1 here. Okay, so after this, whenever I am getting 1, I am going to first multiply this digit with my sign. Okay, so I am going to multiply this digit with my sign, and then after this I am going to add it in the sum. Okay, so I'm going to add it in the sum. So my sign is minus, so minus 1 into 1 is what, that is minus 1. So I'm going to add it, so it will be equal to 1 after this. Okay, so after this I'm going to, after all this, when I'm done with this sign, so I'm going to update my sign to 1 again. Okay, so after this, what I'm going to do, I see again plus, so I will not do anything. Okay, after this I see again a digit, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply this digit with my sign, and that is 3 multiplied by 1 is equals to 3, and I am going to add this with my sum. Okay, then it will be equal to 4. This is how, if there are multiple signs in this, like this 1 plus minus 3 plus 4 plus 2. Okay, so this is how we have to do. We have to take a sum, an integer sum, and an integer as sign, and we are just going to update our sign with this. Fine. So now let's see, now let's talk about those parentheses. Okay, that how we'll be going to do those. Okay, so I hope you understood about the sign. What I did, what I actually did is I initially started a sum. Okay, I initially took a variable sum with which is equal to 0. Okay, plus I initially took a sign which is equal to 1 initially. Okay, I'm just explaining this once more. Okay, let's say my string was, let's say, -1 plus 2 minus 3 plus minus 4. Okay, so what actually is happening here, what I'm going to do, we all know -1 plus 2, then minus minus is equals to plus. So the answer of this question will be like this kind, plus minus equals to minus, then minus 2, this will be equal to 1, this will be equal to 1, sorry, why I'm taking, this will equal to 1, 1 plus 3 4, and this will equal to 0. Fine. So we all know how to solve this. Okay, but our computer don't know, na, so they have just provided us a string. So now what we are going to do here, see, now whenever I am getting a character, firstly, initially, whenever I am getting a minus sign, if I am getting plus sign, so I have no problem with my sign. Initially my sign was 1 only, so I'm not going to do anything. Okay, whenever I am getting a character, then we'll be going to do something. Okay, so now see, when I get minus here, okay, minus sign. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to update my sign with, I'm not going to update, actually I am going to just multiply my sign with -1. Let's say my sign was -1 initially. Yes, we'll be doing this. Okay, so now I have done what, I have just multiplied. If I get minus sign, then I am going to multiply my sign with -1. Okay, so now my sign will equal to -1 here. Fine. So now what I am going to do, now I am having a character here. Now I got a, sorry, not character, an integer or a digit, you can say. Okay, now I got a digit here. So what I am going to do now, I am going to just multiply this digit, that is 1. I got 1. Now I have these are all characters, and we are iterating one by one in these characters. Okay, yeah. So yes, so now what I am going to do, yeah, so this is 1. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply this character with my sign. This is my character, and I am going to multiply this character with my sign, whatever my sign was. That's why we are initializing our sign, to maintain the balance. And what was before this digit. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this with my sign. What was my sign? My sign was -1. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, whatever I'll get, now I'm getting what, I'm getting -1. So I'm going to add this with my sum. Okay, so now my sum will be going to update with what, the 0 plus, that will be 0, sum will be what, wait, sum will be equal to sum plus whatever I get here. Let's say it was a result or something, so sum plus result. Fine, my sum will be equal to this. So yeah, so now my sum will be updated to what, 0 plus -1, which will be equal to -1. Fine. So now you, after this, after using -1 thing, and whenever I got a digit, and after updating my sum, what I am going to do, I am going to change my sign to +1, because I am done with this minus sign. I have changed, I'm done with this minus sign, with this character, with this digit, sorry. Okay, so now I got what, I got plus. So I just don't have to do anything if I got plus here. Okay, so after this I got what, I got 2. My sign was 1, because I updated my sign also, and my sum is updated to -1. Fine. So now what I'm going to do, I got 2 here. Okay, I got 2 here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just multiply it with our sign, that is 1. 2 multiply 1, which is equal to 2, and after this I am going to update my sum with this, whatever I get, my result. Okay, so sum will be equal to, now what, -1 plus 2 will equal to 1. Okay, so yes, so now I am done with my 2 also. Now I get here, after this I get minus here. Okay, whenever I get minus, I am going to update my sign. Okay, so whenever I am getting minus, so I am going to multiply with it my sign, which will be equal to -1. Then fine. So after this again I got one more minus. So again one more thing, what I have to do, I have to multiply with my sign again. Previously my sign was what, minus 1. Okay, now I got now I get one more minus sign here, so I am going to multiply with this minus 1 again. Okay, after this I get 1, so my sign is updated to 1 now. So you can see from here now, minus minus plus, so that's why we are doing this. Okay, so after this I get my 3 here again. So now what I am going to do, whenever I am getting a digit, so what I was doing, I was multiplying it with 1, and it was equals to whatever the result was. I was going to update this with my sum, add the result with my sum. Okay, so my sum is now equals to 4. Okay, fine. So now I am done with the 3 also, and my sign is, whenever I am updating my sum, I have to reset my sign to 1. Okay, so now what I have to do, I have to go to the next character, and that is plus. Okay, I don't have to do anything when I am getting plus. Now I am getting minus, so what I have to do, I have to update my sign with multiplying it with minus 1. Now what my sign is now my sign is minus 1. My sign is updated to minus 1 now. Okay, and my sum is what right now? My sum is 4. So I'm just writing 4 here. Fine. So now I am getting what? I am getting 4 here. So after this, what I have to do, I have to multiply it with my sign. 4 minus 1 equals to minus 4. And after this, what I have to do, I have to update. I have to add this with my sum. That is 4. That is 4 minus 4, which will be equal to 0. So initially we tried to solve this problem and we absolutely got 0. So this is the actual answer, and this is how we have to do this. This is kind of good algorithm, right? So this is how we have to do this question, and let's see how we are going to do this question. We have to, let's take some other test cases also. So guys, let's talk about this test case. Okay, that is 2 plus 3 minus this opening bracket, 3 plus 1 closing bracket. Okay, so how we will be going to do the question like these when we are having some brackets. Okay, so what we were doing previously, we were just calculating the sum. So here what will happen here, this sum and this sum are different. What we have to do, then we have to calculate this sum differently. Fine. Or else what we can do is, okay, so what we will be going to do initially, this will be equal to 2. I'm going to iterate. Okay, this will be equal to 2, so my sum will be equal to 2. Then okay, then it will be equal to plus. Then whenever I am getting a digit, this will be updating it with plus 3. And after this I got minus 3. This will be my sign. Okay, I'll be storing my sign somewhere, and I'll be just accessing this from my sign. Okay, if I got minus here, and after this I got some closing bracket, so what I have to do, I have to treat this minus sign inside also, till I do not get any closing bracket. Okay, so what I will be doing here, now I know I have minus sign here. Okay, so whenever I go inside, I am going to just multiply this with 3 with minus 1, and I am going to add it. Okay, so minus 3, so I get here plus 1, so plus, so I don't have to do anything. Okay, so now I get, if I get, let's say here is minus. Okay, let's say here is minus. Okay, so what I will be doing here, I'll do, let's say what I am going to do here. If I am having minus before the bracket, so I did something for 3. Okay, if now inside the bracket I get minus, so I have to multiply my sign with no, I just have to update this minus. Okay, then after this, what I have to do, I have to change my 1 with what, I just have to multiply this with minus 1, so it will be equal to plus 1. Then after closing the bracket, nothing, my minus is changed or something, updated or something. So we just have to solve this. 2 plus 3, that will equal to 0. 0 plus 1 equal to 1. Okay, 3 minus 3 is 0, and 2 plus 1 equals to 1. Sorry, 2 plus 1 equals to 3. Yeah, so yeah, so this will be equal to answer. Okay, so now we know how we have to do. Okay, this is also a good this is also nice approach, but we won't be doing this question with this approach. Fine, so let's see what kind of algorithm we are going to use here. Fine, so we have to use stack here. Fine, so let's see how can we do this with using stack. Fine, so let's say I am going to create a stack here. Okay, yeah, so here it's my stack. Fine, so what I'm going to do here, see, so what I'm going to do here, initially I am getting 2, so my sum is equals to, initially my sum is equals to 0, and my sign is equals to something. Now my sign is equals to what? Yeah. Okay, so I told you what we have to do. One more trick is there, that what we can do is, my sum is equals to 0. This trick is, yes, I have told you what we have to do. Sum is equals to 0 initially. Okay, So now I get 2 here. Okay, so I'm going to add it, so I'm going to update it with 2. Now I got pluses, so I don't have to do anything whenever I get the character again. So what I have to do, I just have to update my sum with whatever 2 plus 2 plus 3, which is equals to 5. Then now I get minus here, and plus after this I got sorry, I get I get an opening bracket. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to push my minus here. Okay, that means I'm going to push my minus sign here. Okay, after this what I'm going to do, whenever inside the bracket, till I do not get any closing bracket, what I have to do, whenever I am getting any character, so sorry, any digit, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to watch my stacks top. Okay, now my stacks top is minus, so I'm going to treat it with minus sign. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to update this 5 minus 3, which will be equal to what, which will be equal to 2. Fine. So now after this I get minus here, so I'm going to treat this minus as plus, so I'm going to do nothing here. So after this I'm going to update my sum with, whenever I get 1, I'm going to update this with 3. After this, whenever I get a closing bracket, so I have to just pop this out. Okay, so this will be my sum. Okay, so this can be, this is the doable approach, we can do this also, but let's see how we are going to do this question. Okay, fine. So let's see what we are, if there are, let's say, okay, this kind of question we can do this with this approach, right? So what if we get questions like let's say this kind of input. Wait, oh yeah, let's say we got some kind of nested brackets input. Let me write it clearly. So it's a 1 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2 minus 3 plus 6 plus 8. So now I'm just jumping to the, jumping to the solution now, jumping to the final algorithm. I'm not going to teach you another algorithms now. Okay, so now let's see, now I'm going to just tell you the final approach, that what we will be doing in this question. Fine. So here we'll be having a stack. Let's say if I am having a character here, like let's say 2 3 1. Let's say what we were doing initially, we were just checking the character, and if I get the next character, we were just adding it. This is not good now. So what we have to do, let's see. Okay, so here there was bracket. Okay, so what we were actually, so what we have to do here is, let's say this is my stack. Okay, so this is my stack. Fine. So what I have to do now, my sum is initializing with 0. Okay, and my initial sign is equals to what, initial sign is 1. Okay, we have already discussed this kind of algo. Okay, so now you will be able to understand this very quickly. Fine. So whenever I get here bracket, okay, so initially I am getting a bracket here. Fine. So now what I am going to do, I'm just going to push my sign in this, push my sign. Okay, let's okay, so there was no bracket, I'm sorry. Yeah, so now what's actually happening here? Okay, so now initially I got 2. I'll be at, it's a string, right? So I'll be iterating one by one character, everything. So initially I got 2 here. So okay, so there will be some kind of thing inside. Whenever I get a character, what I will be doing inside my inside my code, that what I will be doing, if I am getting character, after that again, if I am getting character, I will be doing what, let's say I got character 2. Okay, after this I get character 3. So what I will be going to do, I am just going to add these characters, like 2 plus yeah, so 2 plus 30, it will be equal to, no, wait. Okay, so now let's say I get 2 here. Okay, and after this again I get some character 3. Okay, after this again I am getting a character, I am not getting any plus or minus sign. So we'll be writing some kind of code which will, convert this 231 to exact 231 value. Okay, so now we know 231 now. Okay, so now we are having excess of 231. So I will do what, I'm just going to update my sum to 231. Fine. So I'm just going to write my sum and sign here. Wait, yeah, so now I'm going to do what, I'm just going to update my sum with 231. Fine, and my sign is 1 already now, 1. So yes, before updating my sum, what I have to do, I have to firstly, now I got this character. Fine, after this character I have to first multiply this with sign. Okay, 231 multiply with this sign, Then after this I am going to update this. After this multiplying I am going to update this. You know this, we have already done this, fine. So now my sum is updated to 231. After this we have to reset this sign to 1. Now this sign is 1 only, so we don't have but we have to do this, okay, in the code, okay. So let's say there is, I don't know why it's plus here, na? So let's change it to minus. Yeah, here it is minus, fine. So yeah, so now here's minus, okay. So whenever I get to see minus, what I have to do, I have to do nothing. I just have to update my minus, I just have to update my sign. That means I have to multiply my sign with what, minus 1, if whenever I am getting minus, okay. So now my sign is updated to minus 1, okay. So after this what I have to do, whenever I get to see an opening bracket, what I have to do, I just have to push my sum to my stack, okay. And after pushing my sum, I have to push my sign to the stack. See, and after pushing this, what we have to do, we have to update my sum and sign with what? Sum will be equal to 0 and sign is equals to 1. Why? Because I have stored this much of thing in my stack. I have stored this much of thing, and now I have to calculate this much of thing. Okay, now I have to calculate within the brackets, because then we have to update our sum, na. If I am going to update with my sum, then there will be some kind of problem. And plus, so that's why I have stored there and I have updated my sum equal to 0, because I have to update this, okay. So see now how we are going to do. Now I get an opening bracket, okay. After my opening bracket, what I have to do, I have to, now I get my 4. So now I'm going to update my sum with 4. Okay, now 4 it is, okay. After now I get plus, I don't have to do anything, okay. I get 5. So what I have to do, firstly multiply with my sign. 5 multiply 1 is 5 only, and then update my sum. Okay, now my sum is what, my sum is what, 9, okay. So after this again I get plus, okay, plus sign. So what do I have to do, I just have to do nothing, okay. Now after this I get 2. So what I have to do here is I have to multiply this with my sign. 2 multiply 1 is 1, and I have to update my sum with whatever the character, whatever the digit was, right. So now what actually is happening, see now what I am going to do. Okay, so yeah, there was a bracket, so this is no big deal of bracket, okay, fine. So now let's see what's actually is happening here. Let's, yeah, I have done, let's delete this bracket, okay. Let's delete these brackets, fine. So fine, so what I am going to do here is, now, so sign is equals to 1, fine. So what, where I was here right now. So now I'm getting a closing bracket. See, now I'm getting a closing bracket. So whenever I am getting a closing bracket, what I have to do, I have stored this sum, okay, in my stack, and this minus sign also, okay. I have stored this thing, wait, I have stored this sum and this minus sign, and this minus sign is useful. This minus sign is, we have stored this minus here, okay, and this minus is useful because I have to update my this bracket with the minus also, okay, fine. So now what I'm going to do, see, so I get my sum till this bracket, which is equal to 11, okay, fine. So now what I have to do, I'm going to pop my sign first out, because my sign was at top and my sum was at bottom, okay. So I popped my sign out, and what I did, I just update, I just multiplied my sign with my sum, which is equals to minus 11, and that is fine. 4 plus 5, 9 plus 2, 11, and we have to multiply this with minus 1 now. So yeah, that's why I multiplied this with minus 1, fine. So now I have popped this, okay, after multiplying. So now what I have to do, I have to update my sum. I have to pop this out again, okay, and I am going to access this 231. After this, what I have to do, I have to add this with my 11, okay. What will be equal to this, this will be equal to 230 to 20, fine. And that is fine, absolutely, nah, we want to add this. So this is subtracted, this was 11, and 231 minus 11 is 220. So now my sum is updated. So now my sum is what, 220, fine, and my stack is what, now my sum is what, see, now my sum is what, 220, and I have to restore whenever now I get this now. So I have to restore my sign with 1, fine. So after this, what we have to do, again, now I get minus sign. So what I have to do, I just have to I just have to do what I have to update my minus sign. So I have to update my minus sign. Okay. So after that I get 3. So after getting 3, I have to first multiply with this minus sign. So this will, which will be equal to minus 3, and I have to just add. I just have to update this. Okay. So 227 minus 3 will be equal to 217. Fine. And after adding this, I have to update my sign with 1. Okay. So let's try this algo somewhere. So I that's why will be right. Okay. So firstly, if I am getting a character, okay, let's say how should I write? Okay, if I am getting a character, let's say I'm going to just write a pseudocode. Okay, if I am getting a character, if I am getting a character, then what I have to do, I just have to firstly what I have, sorry, character nahi, if I am getting a digit. Fine. If I am getting a digit, what I have to do, I have to first multiply my digit with sign, and I have to update my sum with what? With that, let's say this was answer. Okay. So I have to update my sum with, I have to update my sum with this answer. It is plus equals to whatever my answer is. Fine. So I have to update this. Again, one more thing. So this is my first if condition, and next if will be like now if I am getting a minus sign, a minus character, then what I have to do, I just have to update my sign. I just have to update my sign with, I just have to multiply my sign with minus 1 itself. Okay. Now this is okay also. Now if I am, yeah, okay. So if I am getting an opening bracket, so what I have to do, I have to first thing will be first thing will be what I have to do, I have to push my sum. I have to push my sum, then I have to push my sign. Fine. Then I have to push my sign, and after this what I have to do, I have to update my sum. I have to update my sum will equal to 0 and my sign will equal to 1. Okay. So after this, what if I get my, if I get a closing bracket, then what I have to do? Then I have to firstly multiply my sum with the, with whatever I am going to pop. If I'm going to pop, the sign will be popped out. Okay. So I'm going to multiply with this with my sum, and after this I am going to again update my sum, and I am going to add my sum with the, again the next popping, the next popped element will be what? Will be my restored sum. Okay. So this was the code, pseudocode. Okay. So I'm going to just erase it, and I'm going to solve this equation. So after this, yeah. So we were 3, and my sum was 217, and my sign was 1. Okay. So now I'm getting plus, so I'm not going to do anything. Okay. Again I get a bracket here. Okay. So let's wait. Let's say here it was minus and plus. Fine. So now I'm getting minus. So what I have to do, I have to update my sign with minus 1. Okay. So now I'm getting plus. So I don't have to do anything. Now I'm getting a bracket, opening bracket. So what I have to do, I just have to uh, push my sum. So I'm going to push my sum, and after this I have to push my sign, and after my pushing my sign, what I have to do, I have to, okay, I have to update my sum with 0 and update my sign with 1. Fine. After this what I'm going to do, I am getting 6. I'm getting 6 here. Fine. I'm just going to update my, firstly I have to multiply it with my sign, that is 6 multiply 1 is 6, and I'm going to update it with my sum. So my sum will be equal to 6. Fine. So after this I'm getting plus sign, so I don't have to do anything. After this I'm getting 8. So what I have to do, I have to multiply it with my sign, then I have to add it with my sum. So 6 plus 8 will be equal to 14. So after this I am getting a closing bracket. See, after this I am getting a closing bracket. So whenever I get a closing bracket, what I have to do, I have to pop my sign out first, because sign will be, will be above here. Okay. So I have to pop out my sign. Then what I have to do, pop out my sign. So I have to firstly multiply it with my sum, whatever I have popped out. Okay. Whatever I have popped out, it will be multiplied with my sum. After this, again I have to pop one more thing, and I have to add it with my sum. Okay. So firstly, this was about sign. Sign was getting multiplied, and this was about sum. Sum was getting popped. So 217 is now popped out. Okay. So what happened after popping out? So it was, okay, it was 217 and minus 1, I hope. Okay. So what I have done now, my sum was 14. Okay. So 14 multiplied by minus 1, which will equal to minus 14, and minus 14 plus after this 217. Okay. So what will be this now? 213, that will be equal to 203. So my final answer of this question is 203. Fine. maybe there is some calculation mistake, but we have to do such kind of thing. Fine. So let's calculate 4 plus 9 plus 2 11, and we have to 11, then 230, then 220, 220 minus 3 217. Yeah, 14. We have to minus 30, yeah, 203. It was 203. Okay, so this was the kind of algorithm this we have to do. Fine. So let's go and code this. Firstly, now you go and try to code this out. Okay. So now I'm going to code this. Fine. Okay. So now let's code this. Okay. So let's take some kind of example. 2 minus 3. Then we'll not be having any doubt. Yeah, fine. So let's see now what we have to do. Initially, we have to create a stack. Okay, initially let's make an integer sum with 0 and sign which is equals to 1. Fine. Now I'm going to create a stack here, an empty stack of what? Of character. Fine. Character here, and I'm going to name this stack new stack, and here this is okay. So now what I have to do? Initially, what I have to do? Firstly, I have to iterate. Firstly, I have to fully iterate in my string. Okay, so I equals to 0 s dot length. Yeah, s dot length and I plus plus. Fine. Yeah. So firstly, now initially what I have to do, I have to access a character. What the character actually is. I'm going to name this character as ch and s dot caret. Wait. Yeah. So s dot char at whatever my I is. Okay. So now I know the character. I am going to just. I'm just going to see. So see now what I'm going to do. If my character is string first. If my character is digit first. If my character is a digit. If character is digit. Okay. Yeah. So this is ch. Fine. If my character is digit, one thing I'll this will be like this. Okay. Else if my ch equals to a minus sign. Fine. So when I have to do this, else if one thing will be if my character is equals to an opening bracket. Okay. One thing is this. Else if my character is equals to a closing bracket. That's it. These four things are only here. So this is what we have to do. And at last, what we have to do, we just have to return our not sun. It's a sum. Okay. So yeah. So let's talk about let's talk about minus sign. What if now I'm getting here minus? Okay. So I just have to do nothing. I just have to update my sign with minus. No update. We just have to multiply. Just have to multiply it with minus 1. Fine. So I have updated my minus sign. Now if I am getting a character again, now let's say I can get one more character right in front of this. Let's say I'm getting like this. It's 1 2 3. What if my string is like this plus 3? So inside this, if I'm getting one more character, so I'm going to firstly let's have some value. Okay, you'll be getting why I'm taking this value. Okay, so while my character dot is digit, that means if I am iterating again and again and still I am getting a character. Okay, so it's let's say ch. Fine. Here it will not be equal to ch. Here it will be s dot. Wait. Yeah, s dot. Sorry. Yeah, s dot caret whatever it is. I. Okay, if my character is digit is well, that means if my character is a digit. Okay, so what I have to do, one more bracket is here. So here what I have to do, I have to equate this value multiply by 10 plus whatever my digit is s dot char at I, okay, minus 0. Fine. So why I am doing this? See, let's say my initial my character was 1. Okay, then after I'm entering in this while in this if condition, then I am checking is my next character is 2. One more thing I haven't done. One more thing I haven't done, that is wait, here is then, and this I am going to just increase my I plus plus. Okay, and after this I have to decrease my I plus plus. I'm telling you why. Okay, so initially my I was here, so I was my digit was 1. Okay, so what I did, my I initialized the value with 0. So after this, now my character is, yeah, 1 is a digit, fine. So I'm going to multiply it with 10. No, my value is 0 right now. Okay, so 0 multiplies 10 is 0 only. So 0 plus whatever my character was 1. So 1 minus character, it will change itself to an integer, so it will be equal to 1. Then 0 plus 1 will be equal to 1. Fine. So now I am having value equals to 1. Let's say my value equals to 1. Now my I is changed to whatever it was. Okay, so my I is changed to now next one. So what I have to do now, my it's 2. Now my character is 2 right now. So it will be updating. Now my value will multiply it with 10, with 10. So it will be multiplied with 10, and it will add the character, and it was 2, so it will be equal to 12. Okay, after 12 again my this value will run. Okay, so now I am at 3. So again this will multiply. Now my value will multiply with 10. Okay, and add this with 3, so I'll be getting 123 here. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this. Okay, and at last, why I'm decrementing my I, because I just want to store my I what was itself initially. Okay, because it's incrementing itself, fine. So this is the we will be getting here my value. Okay, so after decrementing and decrementing, what I have to do now, I get my character. Let's see where's my example. It was -2 plus, let's say, whatever it is. Okay, so now I know my character, whatever my character is. Okay, so now what I have to do, firstly I have to multiply my, let's say, I have to firstly multiply my value with the negative sign, whatever my sign is, not negative, whatever my sign is. Okay, after this what I have to do, I have to update. Firstly I have to update my sum with what, sum with my whatever my value is. Okay, so now I'm going to update my sum with this value, and after this what I have to do, I have to set my sign to 1 again, fine. So these are the two things what we have to do. Okay, I have changed, we have done this minus thing. Okay, now my, okay, now my character is equals to whatever it is. It's a sorry, it's an opening bracket. Okay, so what we were doing in this, firstly we were pushing our sum, whatever my sum is. Okay, and after this we were pushing our sign. I'm going to push my sign here, fine. See, so now I have pushed my sign. After this, what we were doing, I was updating my sum to 0, and I was updating my sign to 1. Fine. Now I am having a closing bracket. At last, what I was doing, I was firstly multiply. Firstly, I have to store, yeah. Okay, so here's some kind of sign. Let's say it's sign 1. Okay, so it will be equal to what? St dot top. Sorry. Why I'm doing, okay, some multiply equals to what, st dot p. Why I'm doing this, because I am, let's say it was here, let's say the sign was plus 5. So my sum was what, my sum was -2, and my sign was this plus 1. Sorry, not plus 1, that means 1. My sign was plus 1. Okay, so what I did, now I calculated my sum. My sum is equals to 4, and I have to multiply this with this sign. So I'm going to multiply first this sign, and then I'm going to update it with my sum, fine. So that's why I'm doing this. So yeah, so st dot peak, and after this I have to do the same thing, but I have to plus now st dot peak. And at last what we have to do, we have to return the sum, fine. So yeah, so let's see this code again, if it's correct. Yeah, I hope, yeah, it's better. Good, yeah. So while this, let's try to run this code and see if this it's working. Yeah, there is some errors. Okay, so for int I, which line, 11th line now? Yes, total length. Yeah, this is fine. What's the problem here? Let's Okay, so let's see the errors here first. Wait, let's see it from the, yeah, okay, 32, 30, 29. Okay, okay. Yeah, wait, wait for all. Okay, yeah, one major mistake I have done here is I have initialized this as character, but there will be integer now. We are storing integer in our stack, fine. So there was some error at 30th line. Where it is. Mm, okay, 32. It was 32 line. Okay, plus it is sign not okay. And one more. Is there any error? Okay, these are error of those. Okay, plus one more errors is in this for loop, and that is I must be less than s dot line. Okay, so let's try to run this code now. Let's see if there are any other errors. If there are, then we have to solve those. Okay, so we are getting here wrong answer. Why? Wait. Here I have done plus yes, one more thing. What I have done here is we have to pop. Yeah, we don't have to see the value. We have to pop also, na, because they will then what they will do. They'll be doing the same thing. No element is popped from my stack. Let's see. Fine. Yes, now it's accepted. Let's try to submit this now. Yeah. Fine. Okay. Yes, some text cases are getting filled. Let me see this code. Okay. Yeah. We have done one more mistake. What is that mistake? Firstly, let's see the test cases. What kind of test cases are getting failed? Fine. So here the input is okay. Input is very big. And what is the expected output? Expected output is minus 15. And what we are getting string out of bounds exception where in line 16. 16 at line 16. Wait, see at line 16 here. So what one more thing I have to say, I have to tell you that I must be less than. We are just increasing our I. Okay, I also must be less than this length now. So this was also a mistake. Okay, you have to avoid these mistakes. So now it's accepted again. Let's try to submit this and loading. Yes, now we have passed all the test cases. Okay, you go and wait, you firstly now you have to do the dry run of this question. Okay, otherwise you won't be getting this question very easily. This is not a, yeah, this is the easy question, but its code is not that much easy. Okay, it's very kind of, yeah. So you have to do this and you have to figure it out, plus you have to do the dry runs for good test cases. Okay, fine. So I hope you like this video. Plus, if you are having any doubt, please watch this video again. And please hit the like button if you like the video. Fine. And please share and subscribe our channel. Okay. So we'll meet in the next lecture. Bye bye. Take care.